Everyone is telling you to be everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Threads, Twitter. Post 3 times a day across 6 platforms, and eventually something will work out. But that advice is destroying your business. I know, because I followed it for years. And you know what I got? Pretty burnt out, scattered content, and frankly, 0 results. Now, here's what no one wants to tell you. The most successful personal brands I know, the ones generating 6 and 7 figures, they don't do 6 platforms. They dominate 1. And if you are starting fresh in 2026 or just spinning your wheels on which one to go after, I've got something for you today. And there's honestly only one platform I'd focus on if I were you in 2026. It's not TikTok, it's not Instagram, and honestly, I hope I don't upset the YouTube gods by saying this, but it's not YouTube either. Now, I've helped over 100 founders, executives, doctors, educators, entrepreneurs build their personal brands. My agency has generated millions of views for folks and millions of dollars from these platforms. And after seeing what actually works for myself as a business owner and our clients versus what just sounds good on a podcast or what gets folks to click videos, the answer is actually clear. And in the next 15 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why this platform is the biggest opportunity there is right now, why almost everyone is ignoring it, and the exact strategy to win in 2026 on that platform. And the data I'm going to show you at the end, that's what's going to make this decision so obvious for you. And if you're new around here and don't know who I am, my name is Casey Brown. I've scaled multiple brands, including my own, on various platforms. And here's the thing about my content. I believe there's enough out there for us to all win, so I don't hold anything back. So with that, let's get into it. Now, let me paint a picture. Let me see if this sounds familiar. It's Monday morning, you wake up. You gotta go post to LinkedIn, then you gotta go over to Threads, then you gotta go to Twitter, then you gotta go edit a TikTok, then you gotta go over on Instagram and do a reel and a story. Oh, and you haven't posted on YouTube in 3 weeks, so you feel guilty about that too. Now, by noon, you've created 5 pieces of content, you're exhausted, and frankly, none of them have performed. Does that sound familiar? Because here's what most people don't get. Being everywhere can sometimes mean being nowhere. When you spread yourself across 6 platforms, you never build momentum on any of them. You're always starting over, always fighting a new algorithm, always context switching. Your brain can't operate like that, and neither can your audience. Now, here's what most people miss. Compound growth only works if you stay in one place long enough for it to actually compound. When you jump around, you reset to 0 every single time. But when you go all in on one platform, everything changes. You learn how that specific algorithm works. You build relationship with people in that ecosystem. Your content compounds on itself. The algorithm starts recognizing you as a serious and consistent, which is key, creator. And I've watched this happen with my clients over and over. The ones trying to be everywhere, they stay stuck at 2,000 followers across 5 platforms. But the ones who pick one and go all in, they're at 30, 40, 50, maybe even 100K within the same year. Same effort and wildly different results. Now, I know what the argument is going to be. Some of your favorite creators are probably everywhere. And I'm not talking to them. They are probably not watching this YouTube video. I am talking to you, my friend. You probably with somebody that doesn't have as much capital and team that your favorite creators have. And also, if you think about it, when your favorite creators were in the same place, revenue-wise, team-wise, follower-wise, that you were right now, they were probably dominating just one platform before they even expanded across so many. So the question isn't how do I grow on social media? The question is which platform deserves my focus? And in 2026, to me, there's a clear answer. But first, let me show you why the obvious choices are actually traps. Now, let's start with TikTok because a lot of folks say you need to be there. And frankly, I've even built a brand because it was one of my first platforms that I scaled on, also telling people that they need to be there. Now, here's the thing. TikTok, a few years back, the supply and demand was in our favor, which is why I was speaking so loud about the platform. And one thing is always going to be true for me. I am platform agnostic, honestly. I get very bullish and very excited about platforms that have supply and demand in our favor, meaning there's a ton of people consuming content there and not a lot of people creating content there. That is what I'm going to always stand for and always be excited about and push. Now, a few years ago, for myself, our business, our clients, audience, the thing that I was really excited about where supply and demand was in our favor was on TikTok. Everyone was consuming there, but not a lot of people were creating there. Now, in 2026, I still get the appeal of TikTok because TikTok's reach is still insane. But here's what no one is really talking about. Who's actually watching? TikTok's audience skews younger, but also people that are consuming TikToks just aren't in the buying state. They're not just consuming on TikTok ready to take action, ready to go sign up for a lead magnet, ready to even engage and even be educated all the time. And so for the folks that I work with, TikTok can be a little hit or miss. And if you're selling anything over $500, your buyer, your ICP, your ideal client, probably isn't scrolling TikTok at 11 p.m. looking for the solutions that you offer. Now, problem number 2 with TikTok, the content that works is entertainment first. There's trends, dances, skits, hot takes in 15 seconds. If you're trying to build authority as a professional, if you want people to see you as an expert worth paying, you're fighting uphill. TikTok rewards entertainment, not always expertise. Also, let's talk about the elephant in the room. TikTok, with our administration and all that stuff, has had its ebbs and flows and ups and downs. Is it gonna be here? Is it not gonna be here? And frankly, that even caused me to start looking at different platforms to see where supply and demand was similar or even better than TikTok, because I use content to get business results. And for me, I like consistent business results. And so I didn't want to keep playing that game, seeing if it was going to be here or not be here. Now, I think TikTok is here to stay. I've always said that. But obviously, again, I want to address that as well. So here's the thing. If you're a professional trying to generate predictable revenue through content, I really don't see TikTok being the number one platform you should optimize for. But I'm happy to argue about that or have my views changed in the comments. Let me know what y'all. All right, so why not Instagram? What about Instagram, right? Now, Instagram used to be the platform for personal brands. Like, really, honestly, it was probably the only choice out there. 2-3 years ago, it was like, if you're not on Instagram, you're nowhere. Now, here's the thing. Organic reach has been down on Instagram. I'm talking 2 to 5% of your followers actually even see your content. You could have 50,000 followers and get 500 views on a post. That's not a platform. That's a pay-to-play advertising channel. The only way to really grow on Instagram right now is Reels. And Reels is just TikTok, but a little bit worse. So you're playing a game where you're probably already losing or at least have a lot more competition. The other thing with Instagram is that the audience expects perfection. Instagram is where people go to see either their friends or more polished, curated, aesthetic content. And that content just takes time. Photographers, editors, planning, videographers. If you're trying to build a business, you don't have the time to make everything look aesthetically pleasing or have a production team or things like that. But here's the thing. Every business person that is making content is also thinking about Instagram. And so when I think about the supply and demand, it's harder for me, even as just a person making boring, more educational content, it's harder for me to stand out in that newsfeed on Instagram because so many of us are actually over there creating. And honestly, there's a lot of good players in the field right now. And so you got to compete against those folks. Now, why not Twitter or Threads or these other platforms, right? Or X, whatever we're calling it now. Twitter specifically is great for one thing, and it has changed a lot over the last few years. It is great for arguments. The algorithm on Twitter rewards outrage, hot takes, dunking on people, and that's what gets engagement. And yeah, you can build a following over there, but there are people with 500,000 followers on Twitter, and here's what I've noticed. Those followers don't really always convert. I know people with 200,000 Twitter followers who can't even sell a $50 ebook. The audience is there to scroll and to argue, not to buy. Now look, if you're a journalist, a political commentator, you're building in public like a tech founder, now Twitter might make sense, right? But for most professionals trying to just build a personal brand that generates clients and revenue, Twitter and even Threads might be more of a vanity metric factory. You'll feel popular over there possibly, but your bank account won't really notice. Twitter has really changed over the last 2-3 years, and it was one of my top platforms to suggest for folks, but not now. Why not YouTube, Casey? Why not YouTube? Okay, this one is gonna sound weird because you are watching me on YouTube right now, but let me be honest with y'all, YouTube is hard. The production quality required is high, the time investment is massive, the feedback loop, although the analytics are great, the feedback loop is a little slow. You might post for 6 months before you even see real traction. Now, I love YouTube. I love to come on here and share stuff here, but I tell people all the time, I am not strategically growing YouTube. I sit down here in my office after a long day. I think about something that came up in a meeting. I'm like, ooh, I want to share this with folks. And really, I started this YouTube channel so I could share with my email list just more information, more long form sort of content so we could have better relationships. So I am still, even to this day and even throughout 2026, not really focused on growing YouTube strategically. We have grown. I think we've grown almost to 20,000 subs, which I'm excited about, but we haven't been super intentional with the hooks and the thumbnails and all that stuff like I am on other platforms. With YouTube, I'm really here just sharing value and having fun. And I do think pretty transparently that YouTube is one of the best platforms for long-term authority. But if you're starting from zero, if you have limited time, if you need results in the next 90 days, I would not say that YouTube should be your first move. YouTube is what you add after you've built an audience somewhere else, after you've validated your message, after you know what resonates. Think of it like this. You don't start a business by just going out and renting a warehouse. You start by selling something out of your kitchen or out of your garage. YouTube is a warehouse. It's where you start to scale, but you need to prove the concept first, which brings me to the platform I'd actually focus on. LinkedIn. I know. Your first thought is probably, isn't that where people just go and post cringe, humble brags about their jobs, or I'm happy to announce, or I'm celebrating my work anniversary? Yeah, it used to be that. But LinkedIn in 2026 is a completely different animal, and no one has really realized it yet. So let me give you the first reason. 98% of users never post. I need you to really hear that. LinkedIn has almost 1 billion users, and 98% of them just scroll. They never create content ever. Do you know what that means? It means that if you post consistently, even just 3 times a week like I do, you're automatically in the top 2% of the platform. Now, try that on TikTok or try that on Instagram. You can't. The competition is insane. But on LinkedIn, the bar is on the floor. Showing up just already puts you ahead. Now, the second reason is that the algorithm still rewards organic reach. When you post on LinkedIn, your content will actually get seen. I'm talking 10, 20, sometimes 30% of your followers actually see your posts. Compare that to Instagram, 2 to 5%, or Facebook, that's basically at 0. LinkedIn wants you to succeed. They need more creators, so they're actively pushing content from people who show up consistently. Now, the third reason is a big one, and it is that the audience over there, they have money. Think about who's on LinkedIn. Professionals, executives, business owners, decision makers, people with jobs, budgets, and purchasing power. When someone on LinkedIn sees your content and think, I need this, they can actually go and buy it. They're not asking their parents for permission. They're not waiting for their next paycheck. And I've generated over $1 million directly from LinkedIn, not from ads, from organic content that has led to inbound clients. Try doing that on TikTok. Now, fourth reason is that relationships compound. On most platforms, you're just chasing viral moment. One post hits, you get a dopamine rush, and you're back to 0 to go viral again. LinkedIn doesn't work like that. On LinkedIn, relationships build over time. Someone sees your post, they start following you, they see another one, they engage, they see you consistently for 3 months, they trust you, then they reach out. It's slower, but it is so much more valuable. And the fifth reason is that your competition is weak. The average LinkedIn post, y'all, is terrible. It is corporate speak, buzzwords, excited to announce garbage. And if you can write like a human and share real opinions and real value, you will win immediately. You don't have to be the best writer. You just have to be real. And that's it. That's the whole competitive advantage. Now, remember at the beginning, I said there was data that would make this decision obvious. You guys know me, I got the data for y'all, so here it is. I've tracked my own client results across the platforms for the last probably 1.5 years. And here's what the numbers show. Average time to first paying client from TikTok never happened for most, but the ones who did, around 8 months. Average time to first paying client from Instagram, 6 to 9 months. And then most of those came from the DMs. Like I told you, Instagram DMs, there is something special there. The average time to first paying client from LinkedIn, 90 days or less. 90 days. Now, that's not because LinkedIn is magic. It's because the audience is already there looking for solutions. They have problems, they have budgets, they're in a buying state when they are scrolling on LinkedIn, and they are ready to buy. Now, one of my clients, a consultant with 3,000 LinkedIn followers, closed a $40,000 contract from a single post that got 8,000 impressions. 8,000 impressions, so 40,000 USD. Try getting that ROI somewhere else. Meanwhile, I know creators with 500,000 followers on TikTok who can't even pay rent, who just have to do brand deals like no one's business. Now, followers don't pay your bills. The right followers do, though. And the right followers, I argue, are on LinkedIn. Okay, so I think if you made it this far in the video, you're kind of bought in that LinkedIn is the platform that you want to focus on for 2026. Now, you might be thinking, what exactly do I do? So here's the exact strategy I'd use if I was starting at 0 in 2026. Step 1, I need you to fix your profile before you go and post anything. Your profile needs to answer one question. Why should I follow this person? Your headline isn't your job title. It is your value proposition. It is the hidden problem that you actually solve for your ICP or your ideal client profile. Now, a bad headline is marketing manager at XYZ company, right? A good headline is I help B2B founders turn LinkedIn into their #1 source of leads. Do you see the difference there? One tells me what you do for me, while the other one tells me where you work. Nobody cares where you work. So go fix your headline, fix your banner, fix your about section, and spend one day on this before you go post anything. Now, step 2, I need you to pick 3 to maybe 4 content pillars and stick to them. You need topics that you own, not 15 different things, 3 or 4. These should be things that you could talk about endlessly, things you have real experience with, things your ideal client actually cares about. For me, it's personal branding, LinkedIn strategy, entrepreneurship. Everything I post generally goes back to one of those pillars. Now, if you try to talk about everything, you become known for nothing. Now, step 3, I need you to start posting 3 to 4 times per week minimum. That's your baseline. It's your daily non-negotiable. I need you to do that for 90 days, not once a week, not when the inspiration hits, 3 to 4 times per week consistently for 90 days. Here's where most people are gonna fail. They post for 2 weeks, they get 12 likes, they feel discouraged, and they disappear for a month. The algorithm needs to trust you. Your audience needs to recognize you, and that takes time. 90 days of consistency is gonna be 12 months of sporadic posting every single time. So just lock in and do it. Step 4, I want you to engage more than you post. Because here's what not a lot of people are saying. Your comments actually matter more than your posts when you're just starting out. Before you post each day, I want you to spend 15 to 20 minutes actually commenting on other people's content and actually adding thoughtful content and comments to the actual post, not just like, oh, I love this. Because when you leave a good comment, people actually see your name, they click your profile, and they think, who's this person? And then some of them actually follow you. I've seen people grow faster from strategic commenting than from posting. I want you to start showing up in other people's audiences before you try to build your own. Givers receive 10 times more than takers. So show up on that platform, give value, go comment, and you will win. Now, step 5, build relationships, my friend, not just followers. Every week, I want you to send 5 to 10 DMs to people you've engaged with, not pitches, not let's hop on a call, not anything salesy, just genuine connection. Hey, I loved your post about X. It really resonated, right? These relationships will be worth more than any follower count. Your best clients will come from people who've been watching you for months, who you've built actual rapport with, who trust you before they ever pay you. That's the LinkedIn game. It's relationships that compound over time. So again, here's the thing I need you to understand. A year from now, LinkedIn is going to be way more crowded than it is today. When any opportunity presents itself, our opportunity windows are slim, just like TikTok or Instagram or Facebook. We had huge opportunities with those platforms, but the windows will close. This opportunity is massive. The window is closing. More people are figuring this out every day. I just started coming on the platform just a year ago. Now, the creators who are average right now, like me, they're getting better every day. The professionals who've been sitting on the sidelines, they're actually starting to post over on LinkedIn. So there's a choice you can make. You can either be early or you can be late. Early means build your audience while it's still relatively easy, while showing up consistently is actually enough to stand out. Late means you're now fighting for attention against everyone else who's finally figured out, just like you would be doing on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Same effort, completely different results. So here's my challenge. If you've been spreading yourself across 5 platforms and wondering why nothing's working, pick one. I'm telling you, it should be LinkedIn. But even if you disagree, my friend, I don't care. I need you to pick one and go all in for 90 days. So here's what I want you to do right now. Delete the apps for every other platform except your main one, just for 30 days. Don't worry. See what happens when you're not constantly context switching. Then post 3 times this week on LinkedIn. Not perfect posts, just real thoughts. And if you want the full playbook with all of my frameworks and algorithms and guides and all the different ways I think about building personal brand in general, you can find that link somewhere here. And again, I give everything. Why do I do this? Because I believe there's enough out there for us to all win. You win winning only does this world more good. It doesn't hurt me winning, right? Also, if you want more accountability throughout 2026, I do run some cohorts. We run 3 or 4 of them throughout the year. You can join the waitlist for those cohorts. They do sell out pretty quickly. So get on the waitlist. You'll also see that link somewhere here. But here's the truth, y'all. You don't need another course. You don't need another program. You need to stop being everywhere and stop being somewhere. So I need you to choose one platform for 90 days, go all in. That's the whole strategy. And with that, my friend, I'll see you in the next one.